We are back here at the KSL. We just wrapped up our TVZ, but coming up next, a PVZ Mini versus Soulkey.
Yeah, this definitely makes this one of the harder groups, these two being in it.
Yeah.
They've both had great results in the last year or so. Definitely top-end players from both of their races. I think Soulkey is a little bit favored, but you shouldn't underestimate Mini.
The thing is, if Mini wins, it's not a crazy surprise. It's just that Soulkey, he's been so good. I'm really surprised we haven't seen him win multiple tournaments in Korea in StarCraft 1 already, at least for what we've been casting.
Yeah.
But let's see where this series goes.
You know what? Yeah, it's interesting you say that because actually I'm having a memory now. When all the KSL pros switched over to StarCraft 2, everyone said, like, the word on the street basically in Korea was that Soulkey was the best out of the KSL pros switching to StarCraft 2. And then Rain was actually the first one to really assert dominance.
Correct.
Right? But then Soulkey came up and won his championships. Now, we've all gone back to StarCraft 1 with these two. And word on the street has been, oh, Soulkey is just the top Zerg in the world.
Everybody's afraid of Soulkey.
Rain won an ASL.
That's right.
Rain just peaks. He's just like, oh, I'm there. I'm good. Soulkey takes a bit.
Yeah.
He has to grind out his championships.
Well, let's see how he does here today. Mini just coming off of some very rough results in the ASL. Certainly here to try to prove himself as a dominant player this time around. But Soulkey's kind of this guy that can beat basically anybody.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot
It's not just basically anyone. He can beat anyone.
And I think also the fact, you're right, I could have just cleaned that one up even better, man.
Damn. All these extra words. What are we doing?
So
Life is short.
StarCraft efficiency, okay?
Yeah.
Get it together.
Trim your build order fat. God.
So we're going to bring those players out now, I think. See? Mini. Soulkey. Tasteless. We're lame. Okay, we're going to bring Mini out first. Now, Mini had quite a bit of success in ASL Season 5. Although he did kind of lose in a rough fashion in the Final Four. But this guy's really good, and a lot of people are saying that out of all the new age Protosses, he really is at the very, very top. And we've seen him play very well in all the matchups, too. Everybody says that he's a tough player to play against.
Yeah, he has such a kind of like a weird offbeat style. A lot of the time, he will mix it up and play a bit unpredictably, but still follow that through with good mechanics and good game sense. So he's definitely a tough one to play against. We think of him a little bit more, I think, for his PVT. I guess that's been talked about a bit more lately, even though he did just get Hulk smashed. He did just get Monster Punch to the moon by Flash.
Yes,
actually into the sun.
It was actually even worse than that. It was like when they got rid of that body in that movie Fargo. You know what I'm talking about? The stump grinder. That's what happened to Mini back there. So let's see if he can do a little bit better this time around. But Soulkey, this guy is such a beast. He's so good.
Yeah.
Everything about him, man. He just really good Zerg.
He's the best overall standard macro Zerg, in my opinion.
Jaedong just recently looked better than he has looked in a long time, but for a while it really did seem like Soulkey had the strongest grasp on Zerg.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I guess, Hero's in the military now, so we don't count him anymore, but Soulkey, Larva, Jaedong.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are kind of the guys.
So let's see what happens this time around. There's a general consensus that, early game could be kind of tough for Protoss against a Zerg. There's just a lot of Hydra busts, just sneaky stuff they can do if the Protoss makes any mistakes with the wall. And just like for Terran, it can be tricky if the Protoss hides a Robo somewhere or does a quick Reaver drop. You got to be ready for whatever. So let's see if Soulkey tries to exploit that or if he, in fact, goes into a longer game here.
Yeah, it's hard to say. You do have so many options as the Zerg player in this matchup. Do you try the Ling Bust? Do you try a 3-hatch Hydra? Do you go up into just standard play with a Lair and a Spire and going into 5 or 6 hatch? Do you go into a Lurker Contain? There's so many different ways that Soulkey can approach this. And he's got that full flexibility, too.
So we should be going to Heartbreak Ridge for our first map.
Oh, my gosh. That was such a great prediction.
Damn, I'm so good, man. Miss Cleo of map predictions over here.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of just wondering what Mini wants to do to open up. Seems like Zergs could have an easier time here. I mean, just with this high ground area behind that.
Sure.
You know, most of PvZ early on is the Protoss, trying to have the correct amount of cannons, assuming you fast expand and do something crazy. They're trying to get the correct amount of cannons up, not over cannoning or under cannoning, while they're getting Psystorm.
Yeah.
And once they get Psystorm and eventually their gates and their robo up, then they become like a forced to connection move on the map. What are you giggling at?
I wanna say something really meaningful here, but I just keep thinking to myself, I wish you would iron your shirt.
It's not my shirt. They gave it to me, Artosis.
Jesus, you brought this shirt from
home.
home.
I did not bring
it's
this
your
shirt.
favorite shirt. Everyone was like, will you please iron it? And you promised everyone you would last night, and you didn't do it.
Jesus, we've got nice clothes for you. You said, no, I'm going to wear this $6 shitty big shirt, and you can't stop me. That's what really happened. Oh, this shirt sucks for real.
I just wish you'd iron it.
It's not my shirt. It's not my shirt, man. It's not my shirt. I would never own something like this. Okay, we got Mini in the center right. And we have Soulkey in the center left.
Oh, indeed.
Okay.
All right. I hope that, at least with these two, there's no wrinkles in their builds. I hope they have ironed out their openings, Tasteless.
Oh, you're funny. Oh, I got tears in my eyes. I'm laughing so hard. Okay. More chances to win. Mice, keyboards.
I don't think that was a winner.
That's it. I don't think so. You got to get some cool drawings on there. You got to get some serious memes going there.
Mm-hmm. What would you suggest on this map as a Protoss player?
You want to really know what I did on this map every time?
A cannon rush?
Yeah, I did a cannon rush at the entrance. I'm serious. So if you look at
it wasn't hard to guess when you say it like that.
This is like the best map. This is the best map to do it on, dude, because you can just wall in the entrance, like right away.
Yeah.
And just make cannons there, and then hope they don't know that the way to stop you is to do a two-hatch Hydra drop. No, I totally never played straight up on this map.
What is this drone up to?
Well, he's up to something, Ardo Bubs.
Yeah, he's just going to mine out that mineral.
Yep.
I wonder how many stacks are there, actually. I'm not sure.
It takes a little bit of time to get through there.
Yeah,
but
it looks like he just wants to run his Zerglings around.
Well, this is why you want a cannon rush on this map, man. Just do not get into a normal game on this map, Artosis. That's the trick.
I'm
trying to remember how I did it, too. I think you could get a pylon to lock out drones at the entrance. I think. I don't remember exactly.
Maybe.
Then you make a forge behind that and then block out.
It seems like the drone should be able to come out. But,
there's also a couple versions of this map, too.
Like, no, this is the only version there ever was. You're lying.
You're lying again. You wrinkly shirt liar.
Only a person with a shirt like that would lie about something so basic. Oh, my God.
Now the
I'm going to email Blizzard and see if I can cast with Rapid, man. This is messed up.
I'm sure he has clothes that they're not as wrinkly as this. I should be honest. This shirt might. He's a little bit taller than me. This shirt might actually fit him a little bit better.
Yeah.
I also, if I cast with this shirt on and then have to jump out of a plane, I can use it as a parachute to land somewhere. So there's that. Okay. The Lings are coming up. He's taking out those. Oh, by the way, we should probably explain super quickly in case people are totally confused that a drone mined out minerals and there's no mineral in his hands. It's empty patches. So basically, this is a mechanic on this map that allows you to create an opening if you can get a drone over there.
Yeah, it just costs time to do it. You could kill the temples, but they take forever. So this is the quickest way for him to get these Zerglings in. Now, look, he's actually scouting for this. If he blocks with his probes, that cannon should reach the bottom left corner of that ramp, right?
Okay. I think it barely will, yeah, but
He didn't notice. Okay.
He did notice.
He did notice, Tasteless.
Artosis thought he didn't notice, but he did.
Oh, my gosh.
Look at that. Well, I guess that's one way to do it, I mean.
Well, you're going to sit 3 probes there all day? Oh, my God. This blocking.
Oh,
that was heat.
That was so good.
Handsome play.
Every Protoss player is very satisfied with what they saw there.
That was an 11 out of 10 right there. Quality. Then the Lings just kill a bunch of probes. I'm like, oh.
Okay. Cybernetics core is on the way now. I assume we're going to see Stargate come out here. The probe is still scouting around, getting a good idea of what exactly is going on here on the Zerg side of the map. But this is not good here for Soulkey to start things off. He invested a decent amount into getting Lings around there. He basically got almost nothing done.
Yeah.
And now this counterattack here with the probe and the Zealot is actually a problem.
Yeah. I guess, you know, Soulkey recovering from here just is going to have to block the harassment perfectly and try to get into a longer normal game. Do you think he just goes 5-hatch Hydra from here? So he tries something
5-hatch Hydra?
Well, I mean, like, after
maybe
the Scourge.
He could. I mean,
well, I mean, what other options are there for his comeback?
Well, you're going to have to eventually try to develop into Hydras here.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much no matter what. I mean, that's what people are basically doing now. You can't go into Lurkers right away and try to turtle it out. But
yeah,
I think he needs to try to figure out what exactly the tech is going to be entirely here for Mini, and then brace for impact, and then eventually macro up to the point where he can push out.
He has an Overlord in his base, so I think he's pretty aware of the buildings.
But there's still more time to find out. Like, I think he's going to throw down a lot more gates. Is there anything else weird that's going to happen here? There's still some variations.
Sure.
For instance, you know, is he going to try to keep massing up Corsairs and try to push out with a DT? Is he going to rush right into getting Storm?
Well, the Overlord leaving right now. A bunch of Lings actually coming around, but the Zealots.
This is so, dude, Mini is just so on top of this map.
Yeah, he's not feeling losing to this stuff today.
Now, one thing to note is that with that back path opened up, you could get Lurkers up there or Hydras.
That's true.
And hit that spot. So, I mean,
He did go Spire, though.
Yeah.
So I think he is trying for a later macro play. He doesn't have a second gas, so we're not going to see Mutas.
I'm talking about much, much later on, like in this game.
How much later?
I'm like 3 minutes.
Okay.
But he can actually try to come in there and get some damage done. Oh, and this is a smart move here by Soulkey.
Oh, my God.
Because it's likely that there's going to be more in the back to try to hold off any attack there. The Zealots are not in the right spot. Now, he needs to get that cannon. All right, now, with Mutas coming in here, can he actually take out any of their cannons? Oh, this is actually just so straightforward.
Wait, no, he didn't go Mutas, though, right? Oh, my God, 5-kill Zealot over here.
Oh, that's crazy. They must have been on hold position back there. So he's going to take out that cannon. Now, Corsairs alone are not going to cut it. You need to have the Corsairs paired with cannons.
But he only has one gas. Like, is he actually going to make Mutas?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
He can definitely start to just flood this area, though, with more and more Lings over here. Yeah, I might have been a little bit too caught up in the Muta thing, but...
Yeah, I think with the one gas, that he'll probably just make the Scourge. But the thing is, he's taking so much damage. Maybe at this point you have to go all in with something. I mean, everything has not worked so far for Soulkey.
Yeah, if he can get a few more Lings over here. Again, as long as there's one cannon there and the Zealot wall is set up, it's much harder for the Zerg to abuse. But the Protoss definitely, they want to try to stabilize over here. It's interesting because a lot of times we're talking about super early game and what can be done over there, but I guess you can constantly hit from 2 angles with Lings and try to bust down the Protoss. I mean, cannons are powerful, but they're also, if they start to be hit, they die really quickly. They deal damage fast, but they die fast too.
Yeah, he's getting on top of the cannons again, and he did make a few Mutas here. So those Mutas are going to go a little bit uncontested. There's a couple Corsairs in the main. Oh, he's actually chasing the Zealots.
I actually wonder if it would have been better to send the Mutas over here. I guess with the number of Corsairs that are out, though, he's going to be fine. Mutas don't kill Zealots fast, by the way.
No, they certainly do not. The Scourge don't help at all.
Yeah. The Scourge is just there for moral support.
This is a little bit of a dumpster fire for Soulkey this game.
Yeah, well, Mini's handling himself. Every situation that's been presented, Mini basically is making the right decisions.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job.
And now he can, once these Zealots are cleaned up, this DT can continue to do a lot of damage. I don't actually see that many Overlords put in any good positions to cover bases. In fact, we could just see Soulkey just tap out, dude.
Yeah. Especially when that DT hits. Like, he has some Mutas, so I would be surprised if he doesn't fly across the map with them, but Mini is just looking invincible right now. As long as he just blocks these Mutas. Look at that, he's got 8 drones mining. At 8 minutes, like 1 drone per minute. That's pretty good, right? I mean, if this was Warcraft 3, that'd be a full economy, but it's not. You know what I mean?
You have to factor upkeep in.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, that might be bad.
Yeah, this is, well, the thing is also, Zerg's not going to win in this fight over here either. There's too many Corsairs out, even if the Scourge connect. We're going to see GG in a second here.
Yeah.
See?
Well, that was...
Look at that, look at that. Even the DT has a wrinkly cape, just like my shirt, Artosis.
That was a butchering, man. Oh
yeah, well,
God.
Hey, you take a risk like that early on, and the Protoss holds it, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I guess so. You know, he sent that drone out very early. He invested in the Lings, couldn't do anything with them. Mini just pulled him apart. Soulkey was a daddy longlegs, and Mini was a little kid.
He was a little kid that would grow up to become a sociopath.
Yeah.
We should have known earlier because
we
he was
didn't all
murdering
become
insects.
sociopaths.
Yeah.
But yeah, he pulled the legs right off that spider.
Artos is like, that cat needed to be lit on fire. I'm like, moving on. Okay. I really like how Mini handled that. There's a lot of things that Zergs can do to punish that. Yeah. Let's get a look at my shirt again.
I love your Overlord cosplay, Tasteless.
This shirt sucks.
You really look great.
This isn't my shirt. I didn't pick the shirt out. This
Especially
was
your little KSL badge right there.
You got one on too.
Mine looks good though.
I think your top button's not supposed to be buttoned, by the way. You're only supposed to button that top button if you got.
If anyone's gonna give me fashion tips, it's not gonna be you. Okay. Oh my God.
Hopefully by next week we have better shirts. Hopefully.
Well, you and I are getting on an airplane next week, so
I guess we won't know. Actually, that's true. Yeah. Well, Soulkey, I thought he did a decent job trying to fight, trying to like hang on and find some footing there. But yeah, I mean, when the Ling Rush like that is held on early on, and Protoss is teching at a rate that is so fast, there's not an easy way for Zerg to catch up.
Yeah.
And so I think the idea was smart to try to keep sending Lings in from two different sides to take out the cannons.
Yeah.
Cause a little bit of chaos, but eventually Mini just stabilized, and then his DTs, Corsairs, Zealots coming out, killing everything Zerg has.
I mean, Soulkey was trying a lot of stuff, but it felt like his execution wasn't on par with what Mini's was. Like, Mini was blocking everything. He was microing correctly. He was making these great decisions. Hopefully, Soulkey can pull it together. I don't think anything else is going to look quite like that.
These shirts are weird they give us. Doesn't it feel like we should be at like an Easter brunch right now with these kind of shirts? You know?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. You're there with Grandma. She's got a really big church hat she wears, you know?
Well, I feel like you should be working at a themed restaurant in that shirt, Tasteless.
I could cosplay as a pirate pretty well in this shirt. Just give me an eye patch, a parrot, some grog.
Yeah. What's grog?
A hook. I can still play because I'm a Protoss player.
It's true. Would it be your mouse hand or your keyboard hand?
Yeah.
It would probably be your keyboard hand,
my
right?
keyboard hand, man.
Yeah.
You can 1A with a hook. Come on.
For sure you can. It's even easier. It curves around for the 1 and the A. Tasteless just wiggles his hook like this, and attack moves 5 groups of units. Oh, my God.
S-rank Terrans are being crushed.
And then he takes the hook in the air and then smashes it down point first into the T button. It's like, I got you, Terran.
Okay, we're going to go into it's game 2. Game 2. Like, what game is this? Oh, good thing it's on the stage. StarCraft.
Which one, though? Soulkey's playing. I don't know. What year is this? All right, Circuit Breakers. This is a great macro map for ZVP. It gets a little bit tough for Protoss.
Mini looks like he's lost even when he's won. Look at this.
Yeah.
Like, Mini, you won game 1. You actually have a higher chance of winning now, but you look like you just lost game 3 in an 0-3.
Well, maybe he's just, I don't know what he's looking at, actually. He just needs to stare at his knees in between matches.
That's right.
It's really important. He has his build orders written on his pants.
Knees, yeah.
He like looks down at his knees. It just says "Wiggle Pyro" and then "Smash T."
He goes, that's right. He gets his Captain Hook claw attached on there.
Long John Mini.
Here to take your KSL booty. Okay, so Circuit Breaker is the map that Soulkey picked. I'm not really surprised at all. I mean, this is a map where Zergs can get a lot of bases going to a super late game. I actually think Mini's going to do something pretty standard here. Artie?
Yeah, I mean, you can play it pretty well standardly, but I feel like a macro Zerg like Soulkey is going to get himself into a good spot. When it's 4 bases and your third is a Protoss as your mineral base, I think that's just difficult. If you ask my opinion.
Yeah, thanks, Artosis.
Yeah.
Game 2. Soulkey, I think, will also do something pretty conservative here. I don't think there's anything to incentivize either player here to do something crazy.
Okay.
That's the way I feel. But I'm open to be proven wrong. Our game's ready. Let's do this. Game 2, Mini vs. Soulkey.
So the top left, we have Mini, Protoss player. There he is. Nothing really Mini about him, to be honest. He's just a normal-sized guy. Bottom right, we got Soulkey. Nothing too Soulkey about him either, to be honest.
Yeah.
He has the same amount of keys everyone in Korea has, which is 0.
And has a soul, just like you and I.
He has 2 souls right on his feet. What is that, Tasteless? He's going to double proxygate, isn't he? Right in the center.
Man. Here we go.
I like it.
Well,
so, Tasteless, I heard there was nothing to incentivize them to do anything weird on this map. Could you explain?
I got to go. You just take this one from here.
No, this is cool, though, right? He won the first game. This is a tough map against Soulkey.
Sure.
Korea #1 StarCraft League. That's what I looked like this morning, Tasteless. That is an actual photograph. Oh, my God. This guy has a camera in my house.
Oh, my God. So he went pool first. Okay.
Overpool, right? Yeah, that's
overpool. Yep, that's overpool.
Well,
you know, it's funny because this was done a decent amount on this map a while ago. You could see, whenever you see an area you can build in the middle of the map on the 4-player map, it means the map maker is saying, okay, we can have proxies. We can have all-ins here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's actually a pretty big deal, too, because if you can't do that, then you're some of these quick, like let's say in TVZ, quick command center build are really strong if you get them up.
You know, that's actually a good point. And, like, Fighting Spirit and Circuit Breakers both in the pool, you can build in the middle, but actually Eddie, you can't. It's unbuildable in the center.
That's right.
Kind of interesting.
Now he's going to spot this in the cross-spawn scout. But the thing is, to be honest.
Yes. Be honest with me, Tasteless. I don't want you to lie to me
G.I. Joe was wrong about knowing being half the battle here. I
what
mean,
is the battle then? What is half of it?
It's about microing really, really well. And
do you make a sunk? No, you don't, because you made a hatch, so you definitely don't make a sunk. Just sunk in the main, the hatch dies. I'm like, wow, that sucks. Should have thought that one out, Soulkey.
Arto's giving these great Terran insight in this PVZ here, man. No,
well, when there's 2 gates out in the middle of the map, Tasteless, Terran's just like, uh-oh. I better micro pretty darn well here.
Now, any damage that these drones have taken, they might become targets later on for when the Zealot comes in here.
Look at that Zealot just chilling. He's waiting for his friend. He's like, Tasteless, come on, let's get him.
Now, the Lings can go around, but there is actually a decent amount of risk here. They can also go for the pylons or they can go for the probes.
Ooh, the pylon is what they're going to go for now.
Look at that. He actually had one Zealot going in the opposite direction. Did you see that?
Yeah, just in case they ran past, right?
Very cool stuff.
Yeah. Good micro so far by Mini. Good decision-making as well.
Now, the Lings can try to come in here and sandwich this.
The drone's coming out. With the drones, he will actually clear this.
Yep.
Wow, that was really well done by Soulkey. Beautiful little flank with those drones.
Now, it's important he tries to keep these Zealots alive for as long as possible and keeps them being chased. If he can get more Zealots down here on the bottom of the ramp, he can still take control of this area. He's going to take the Zealots now and put them behind the minerals so that they don't trade anywhere near as well.
Yeah, and they are definitely going to buy a lot more time. With 3 Zealots coming down, that is enough to block the ramp.
If he gets 2 more, yeah, exactly. You can actually get that up there and block the ramp. Now, the Zealots are coming around. It's got, we need to get a shot of this.
Oh, nice run behind the minerals there.
Now the Zealots are coming forward here. He has to try to get the Sunken Colony up. It's still kind of up in the air for who can kind of take the fight now. And again, the Zealots are just trying to reposition constantly to get angles where the Lings have to face them, like head-to-head, and so the Lings can't get surrounds. But I feel like from here, I think the Zerg is going to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, with the sunken up, it's feeling a lot better than it was. And look at this, he's trying to engage, but Mini is being really smart about his engages. He is really not taking too much damage. He keeps building the Zealot count. And, like, situations like this, it might feel sometimes like one side is, like, the defender's pulling ahead, but then you look and it's like, does he have 10 Zealots? And then the Zealots attack move, and the Zerg's like, oh, no. He has 10 Zealots.
Yeah. Now, the longer this game goes and the more that the Zerg can develop, the more problematic it's going to be for the Protoss with the gateways in the middle of the map here.
And there is a different number of resources in the middle of the map here, just like on Fighting Spirit. It's actually 0. So,
okay, in the last second, these Zealots do pop out.
Look at that. He's really utilizing these buildings well defensively.
He actually tried to pounce on top of that sunken colony.
These two Zealots going to run by in that main base.
Good.
Oh, they're so red, though.
I cannot imagine how hard this is for both sides to micro. Okay, this is actually great. Zerg did not have a lot of drones to begin with, so any drone kills is huge.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many he has.
The Protoss is going to keep trying to squeeze out probes while massing Zealots.
Oh, he's going to go home with the Zealots?
Well, I think he's not clear on where the Lings are. Some
of
those Zealots might go back.
I think you're right. And with the Forge coming up at home, I guess he can start to defend against Lings there as well. But speed is on the way for Soulkey, so when speed is done, he can really take control. But look at these supplies. 21 to 44?
Yeah.
That's a difference.
And notice Mini's being pretty ambitious here. He's actually going to try. Oh, my God. Perfect timing for those Zealots to come out as well.
Yeah, but he is still going to clear this. He's going to get the gates. Does Mini have enough time to get these cannons up?
I don't think so. I think he should be able to just get the pylon and go for it. But let's see. Keep in mind there's not going to be any more Zealots coming across the map. But if he sees that cannon in time,
he needs to block that ramp with the probes. The Zealots have to let the cannons get warped in. I don't think this is going to work for Mini. I think Soulkey's going to get him.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Actually, that's not enough Lings to really enforce a kill, right? If he had a little bit more.
You can't make any more Zealots here, again. So, like, getting one Ling in the main like that, that's pretty good. If he can make a few more Lings and maybe hit different locations, should be okay.
Okay, well, the cannon is almost done in the main.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah. So Mini can actually expand at this point.
This is cool to see how Mini handles a proxy gate that didn't win the game immediately. Because right now, Zerg's on like 2 hatches, okay? Protoss is getting gas, albeit pretty late, but...
Oh, my God.
Oh, that should be able to get away.
Is it? Does it? Does it? You gotta be
God, I'm good. God, I'm good.
You are holding your breath.
By tomorrow, everybody's going to have wrinkly shirts on, Artosis. That's what's going down.
You're a trendsetter for sure.
That's right.
Oh, my God, Tasteless. You should have seen Tasteless, guys, though. He got down on his hands and knees and started praying. He's like, please, everything's gone wrong for me.
I want to look good in this cast.
Well.
Now, from here, the hatchery's coming at the 3rd base. Keep in mind, he has to remake these gateways here. I mean, the Zealots that you see, that's what you get. But Soulkey is very much behind as far as production goes. He's going to have to drone up a lot. Now, he can drone up pretty comfortably since he knows the gateways were eliminated, right? So there's like literally nothing but other than like 3 or 4 Zealots on the map to come and try to get him.
That's a good point. What is this probe doing? Just scouting?
Just scouting? I think
sneak a cannon rush.
No way.
Yeah, man.
So bad.
Yeah, no, do it.
What? It's like, watch, this hatchery just finishes. There's like a pylon warping in over there.
That would be amazing. Soulkey's making all drones. What are you going to do? Kill that with drones? I don't think so.
Yeah, you are. You're going to kill that with drones. It's cannons. Now, I like this, actually, sending the 4 Zealots out. Try to force him to make a few more Lings.
Sure.
But this drone count's actually getting pretty scary.
Where do you put these 2 at in this game right now?
It's kind of hard to say. I mean, Mini did a pretty good job about not having any holes in the 2 gate. A lot of times we'll have Lings actually get in there and start to kill off a lot of probes, and it's kind of hard to say. And Mini was, I think, really smart and handled it really well, getting cannons on the low ground and setting that up versus trying to get cannons on the ramp. Getting cannons on the low ground and having 2 gases right away now to mine from, he can really match what the Zerg's trying to do as far as growth.
So where do you go?
I think you just start to get +1 attack, start to mass up Zealots, start to look for where a 4th base might be, start to really try to get into fights on the map here.
Okay.
I mean, one thing about a rush like this is that he made a lot of probes behind it. So, and, the Zerg really didn't get to get that many drones up here.
Yeah, his drone's certainly coming late, but he does have that 3rd base up. He's up at 5 hatches. He's got his Hydralisk den.
So, his Zealot legs and +1 attack should finish at about the same time. And then he's going to be able to come out on the map and just basically do a lot of damage. Okay, finishing what he started.
Finally.
He can close that chapter in his life.
I would have already killed that by building a cannon underneath it when it ran away. I think that we will see a skip in the Spire. Don't you? Do you think he's going to go Spire or no? I think if you go directly into like Lurker here and
I think he has to go directly into that.
Yeah.
I think if he gets a Spire up here, the ground army for Protoss is going to be too strong.
Yeah, I think so.
But of course, a lot of these stray Overlords are going to be killed off.
Jeez.
Now, this means that these Zealots are very close to having speed done.
Yeah, quite a few Hydras already being made.
So the placement here at this third base is really important. He can utilize the larva and the eggs there to try to help block off, and if fights come his way.
That's a very good point. You can force your larva onto the left side of your hatchery. So
yeah,
there's actually a lot of little tricks like that.
Okay. Soulkey, I think, should be okay. I don't think he's going to die to this many Zealots.
No, I don't think so.
Again, the placement there is key. It's just hard to actually get good surrounds there.
It's a decent group of Hydras in the natural, too, that can come down and flank this.
Now, the Corsair is going to get confirmation that there's actually no Spire being made.
Just checking everywhere. Speed does finish up. Doesn't have +1 quite yet.
Yep. Should be there pretty soon.
Yeah, I think he sees that there's enough. I feel like he should turn around.
Oh, for sure. It's actually, turn
that's
around,
a great
you say.
Flank. That's a great flank.
Okay, if he could just keep running, he should be all right.
Discount Zealots right there.
Okay, but now we got DTs, we've got Templars out here, and we're waiting to see is Zerg going to be able to get a 4th base. Protoss is going to power on 2 bases for a while.
Is that a probe in the top right?
That's a Corsair.
Oh, okay.
Moving around.
Are you sure probes can't just fly and move that fast?
If you're a Terran player, they can, man.
Yeah, I know that.
Nothing
right?
scarier than a probe in a Terran player's base. They can do so much damage.
Fairly certain. If I had Overlords, I'm sure they'd kill him.
So with the Evo Chamber, what does Zerg get here? Like missile attack then?
Yeah.
You just want to try to mass up Hydras and win fights? Oh, yes!
Dude, this is trending right now. This is super trending right now. The Dark Archon in KCM this week.
Yeah.
Every PVZ, people made 1 Dark Archon. Every single one.
Cool.
And it was just maelstrumming Mutalisks when they came in, because everyone's going Mutas right now, sniping High Templars. Yeah. So then there were cool things going on where it's like, in fact, Soulkey, he split 3 Mutas off and flew them in, and then they got Maelstrom and wrecked, and then he brought in the rest. But there was a second Maelstrom, and they got wrecked too.
So good.
It was sick. It was awesome.
Okay, he's going to try to get the surround here on these Hydras. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Oh, you're so good, Mini.
Mini?
More like plus size.
Indeed.
Okay, Zealots continuing to come out on the map now. You know, what Artos has pointed out is really smart, because that Dark Archon's going to stay back. You want to bring that out as a trump card.
Yeah. Oh, you definitely want to hide it. And Maelstrom's kind of expensive. It's 100 mana, so you do have to wait a little bit before it's ready.
Oh my God!
But Maelstrom plus Storm just kills a flock of Mutas. That's it. Dead. Gone. Get out of here. Spire is not done yet, so he doesn't need it at the moment. I love this, though, that Dark Archons are coming into the meta. That's super cool.
I mean, they've had their moments in StarCraft 1. You can use them PvP sometimes to feed back a Templar. If you could, because feedback actually has quite a bit of range. You can run in there and zap a couple of the Templars, and then you have Storm, they don't. You can use it to get Defilers. Not super common, but I love the fact that we're having it used for melee Storm. That's just cool. Okay, now there's Lurkers coming here. But if the Zealots can actually breach any of these areas, like get into the main or anything like that, uh-oh.
Well, this could be a problem. Oh, my God. Look at that. 9 kills already on that Lurker.
Yeah.
These Zealots definitely doing some work, but, I mean, when you're on 2 bases and this is happening.
I'm sorry. Oh, the Robo's down there. I was like, where? Look, I see an observatory. Somehow he got an observatory but didn't get a Robo. That's weird. Okay, so another Lurker drop's going to come in here. Oh, yeah.
Sick Maelstrom.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Well, he's going to have to move those probes, because this is actually going to wake up in a second.
Feels good, man. Wow. At least he got to get the spell off. We get to be satisfied with that.
I love
it.
I love Maelstrom, man. It's awesome.
So Lurkers are going to come in here. Now, Soulkey needs to be a little bit careful here, because if he is spread too thin, Mini can still bust out and smash him.
Yeah, Mini still has a pretty scary army. He's got a lot of Dragoons. He's got an okay amount of High Templars. And, of course, he still has the Dark Archon. Just having that Dark Archon on the map, I think Soulkey will probably skip out on Mutas, just because it gets so efficient. You have, like, 8 mutas.
No, I think
that
he's going to go
die
for possibly like a lurker contain coming up here.
Yeah,
he
that
has
would
enough.
make sense. But there's a lot of Dragoons. 1-1, not too bad.
Well, I think what he might have to do is if he's going to play this, he has to try to snipe the observers over and over. That's a really easy way for a Protoss who's way ahead to end up losing anyways, is they just keep getting their observers sniped.
You know, he could go into a defensive posture, too, because he is taking his 4th base.
Sure.
I could see that.
He could turtle up.
Yeah, like
Get
the
a few
third
more
is
drones,
late
mass
enough.
up hatches, and just, you know, make a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and like the 3rd gas is a ways off from Mini because he doesn't even have his mineral base yet. So I feel like Soulkey might want to go into that. It looks like he's threatening a counterattack, but I can't see that really doing too much.
Yeah, well, there's already enough cannons and the rally point there. I don't think he can actually do much of anything. He's going to push out. Now, if Mini can try to rotate down to where that 4th is, he's basically denying the contain here. Uh-oh. Oh, this is so good. He's not even trying too hard to get close to where the minerals are. He knows if he could just get back there and take out anything that's mining gas. Protoss are hyper-reliant on gas in this phase of the game.
So true. Yeah, this is, I mean, Mini has done a lot of really great and cool things this game, but feels like Soulkey is slowing him down enough.
Yeah, you got to have observer speed here. Try to get rid of those lurkers as fast as you can. Neither player is really forced to try to end this at this point in time. It looks like Mini wants to get a 3rd base, throw some cannons up there, and then maybe start moving around on the map.
You know, a lot of times, though, if Soulkey gets his full saturation down on, like, his 4th base as well, and Mini is just sitting with that mineral as his 3rd and starts to get too aggressive, you run out of High Templars eventually. You know, it ends up with these huge Zealot armies.
Okay, we have, oh, beautifully done.
I'm loving this.
Yeah, that is perfect. A big chunk of those Hydra's just been broken off. They didn't trade into anything.
It's just so efficient.
Yeah. Well, and I think more importantly, again, we got to remind everybody is that now you can't go mutas and try to snipe Templars. This game is just keeps changing, guys.
It's so wild.
Kinda cray-cray.
The mutas got so popular for a little bit. We saw a lot of great players falling down to that.
Yeah.
And now, no, just make a Dark Archon. No problem. No more mutas.
Okay, well, Soulkey's got a pretty scary amount of drones mining at all these bases here. Whoa, there's like 3 probes mining in there. Actually, Mini doesn't have a lot of workers at all.
He transferred how
Did
many
he
to his
over-transfer?
third? I think he might have.
That might be super saturated.
Because he definitely lost probes, but I thought he still had a pretty solid amount. Oh, no,
he
that's
actually
just
doesn't have a lot of workers here.
Yeah.
I think Soulkey's going to outpace him if he doesn't start to remake workers.
Yeah. Well, right now, as far as supplies go, Soulkey's doing all right.
Yeah.
This is a very scary Mini army, though. It's just like a very nice composition.
Yeah, I think Mini might try to come out here and look for some opening. I don't know if he's going to find one. It looks like all 3 positions that Mini could try to attack into are pretty well fortified.
Yeah, that high ground is pretty crazy.
Yeah, no,
going over the bridges is not a good idea.
Yeah. In fact, I think it might have been his best bet to try to go down to the the 6 o'clock base.
You might be right about that. This is too many lurkers, I think.
Well, let's see if he can break through the initial set of lurkers, because if he can get some of these Dragoons on the high ground, he's going to be fine.
Oh, this flank, though. This flank is out of control.
360 degrees of attacks here. Okay, Mini might be the greatest human being that's ever lived. If he just keeps pushing forward here.
You're going to give up that title so easily?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm fickle. Yeah, he's actually... Oh, no
nice
observer! I think there's one more coming, though. Nope, I lied to myself. Oh, I told the truth. I'm so good. Okay, so he's going to come across the map now.
Just tastes his inner dialogue coming out.
It's just you're watching me struggle with how I see myself in this cast.
He has casting dysmorphia.
I know, yeah, caster dysmorphia. I'm like, I think what I'm saying is dumb, but probably not as dumb as I think it is. Okay, so he's going to push up here. Hold up. Now, if you can get the Dragoons on the high ground, this is a manageable position. It's also very easy to storm this down.
Yeah, some very good storms coming out. There is the flank coming back right now from Soulkey.
He's a storm. Not on there. Over there. Oh my God, dude! I think Mini might do it.
I think he's going to break through here.
Yeah.
How many storms does he actually have left with this army?
The perfect amount.
Or maybe not, because he backed up.
Here comes another observer. He's so good. Now he has to wait for some more reinforcements, but from here you're on the high ground. Like, it's much easier to push down onto the low ground.
Certainly right about that. More Zealots coming out on the map right now.
I like how some of those are even back there because you want to make sure Hydras don't loop around and start sniping Templars. Templars are what actually allow you to break down the Zerg.
It's what allow you to play this matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, Storm is pretty good. Okay, hold up. He's actually getting a little bit sloppy with some of these Templars.
That front one must have had no energy.
Oh, my God. Another Observer's been taken out. Soulkey knows exactly what he has to do.
I'm waiting for a Maelstrom on the Scourge at this point. Oh, my gosh.
Ah, that's a really good point. Yeah, that would have been awesome.
I think he doesn't have energy right now. He used one recently. 100 mana is a lot.
So we're going to have Adrenal here, too, as a factor.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's where it gets really scary, especially considering he's had his mineral base for so long.
Oh, my God. Look, okay, so Soulkey's looking for these Templars specifically.
Uh-oh,
Now watch a guy try to storm and defend his Templars.
He's got to make Archons.
Nothing sadder in the whole world. He's like, okay, if I just move this, nope, no matter what I do, I guess I lose these Templars.
Look at him. He's not going to make an Archon. He does not fall for that. It's like, Archons don't kill Hydras. We're going to keep this one Stormer.
Now, while all this is going on, and Mini, he had a position he could try to push from, but he had to go back and save those Templars. We see Soulkey actually trying to sneak a base up here.
Yeah, it doesn't Mini have to take a fourth right now? I feel like he is about to run out of gas.
Well, he actually was trying to take.
He
was trying to take the center left a minute ago.
Yeah. Okay.
But the Lings denied it, so he's going to try to come down there again. But yeah, he will eventually try to take either 12 o'clock or 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Sorry, I close my eyes through 1/3 of every PVZ we watch.
Well, Mini's going to try to push through here again. One thing you can do is try to fish out the army and then trade with Storms and, Archon connects. And if Soulkey is actually brittle on any one of these points of defense, then maybe he can try to actually come in there.
His defense has been pretty rock solid so far, though.
Yeah.
Especially now that he has Hive. I mean, these Zerglings are insane right now.
Yeah.
No Archons left over. He does have the Zealots to buffer.
Okay, we need a few more Storms going down there. I just don't know about this.
Yeah,
Protoss is bleeding off a decent amount at the gates here. There's so much defense behind this. If we just move the screen down further.
Yeah, it's going to take a long time to work through that. And don't forget, Soulkey's producing this entire time. Okay, a decent Maelstrom. Does get one of his own Zealots, though.
I never actually gotten to really look at the Maelstrom in Remastered and just see what the animation's like. It's kind of hypnotizing.
Well, that's exactly what it's doing, right? Is that the lore behind it, Tasteless? Can you confirm or deny?
Oh, good feedback on the Defiler. That was pretty cool. Yeah, this fourth base needs to get up, like, now.
A little bit ago, actually.
You know what's unfortunate, too, is that had Mini been maybe a little bit more backed up, he could have been scouting for the other bases and taken that out.
Yeah, he's been going pretty ham for a while.
I mean, he's basically attacking into where the Zerg wants him to attack into. I'm not saying Mini's going to lose this, but Zerg definitely having a Nidus up there and another base there. I mean, he's okay.
And the Zergling's just kind of running around. Yeah. Mini trying to remake his army in the center. It's just he's mining so little right now. He hasn't started that Nexus. Down goes the probe once again. I feel like Mini's all in right now, and this is not going to end well.
It's one of these things where we could talk about where these attacks are happening, but if you really wanted to see what happened in this game, it would be the probes dying at that fourth base location over and over. And I think this is where push has come to shove. Mini's going to do whatever he can to try to get into this position, and I don't think he's going to get there.
No, he's not even close.
GG, Mini dies.
All right. I mean, that was a good game, though. Open up with that Proxy 2 gate, which I thought he handled pretty darn well. And then his attacks were strong, but Soulkey's defense just on point.
Yeah, I mean, he played excellently, to be honest. So that means we're tied up 1-1 now. Soulkey going into late game and making it work.
Yes, indeed.
I think, and let's also not forget, everybody, that was a game that started out with a proxy.
Yeah.
It went on long enough and ended up looking almost like a normal PvZ.
Yeah,
it's easy to forget.
It ended up pretty darn normal, even with the Protoss never getting a gas. Well, that's the new normal, Tasteless. Get ready for it. That's people like Dark Archons now.
I dig it. So we've got a close series thus far. Keep in mind that Mini is now going to get to pick the map he wants to play on. I'm curious to see what that's going to be.
Yeah, Soulkey banned Fighting Spirit, so it's not going to be that.
Yeah. Kind of interesting he banned Fighting Spirit, huh?
I think it's just like so standard in Protoss. Once they do get the third, you can't really break it until Defiler, right?
That's a good point. We're going to go to a break when we come back. Game 3. Don't go away.
그때는 그랬다. 학교에서도 학교 밖에서도 언제나 친구들과 함께였다.
어서 와. 그래.
빨리 주세요. 빨리요.
좀 기다려라 좀. 여기 하루 이틀 오냐.
감사합니다.
야 너네 열받는다고 그 키보드 세게 두들기면은 게임 꺼버릴 거야.
네. 뭐 할까?
당연히 저거지 마.
그거 내 거야. 줘.
알겠어.
야, 헌터는 센터지.
그렇지. 오야 가자. 시작. 야 저글링 말고 무탈 뽑으라고 뭐하냐.
뭔 소리야? 야, 초반에 저글링으로 막아야지. 무한맵 하냐?
아 답답하네. 오야 한시.
오케이. 오버 보낼게. 먹어. 몇 시 방향?
에이 기울기 뭐.
그런 우리에게 스타는 당연한 일상이었고
그만 먹고 집중 좀 해라.
그 순간만큼은 서로를 의지했고 서로를 위해 움직였고 그렇게 스타는 우리를 하나가 되게 해주었다.
야 그나저나 준석이는 좀 컸냐?
야, 벌써부터 다 까불어. 아유.
뭘 너랑 똑같네.
근데 보면 불쌍해 죽겠어. 단이나 하고만 몇 개인지. 아유. 진짜.
아 여보세요? 집 근처야. 알겠어. 빨리 들어갈게요. 아씨 빨리 들어오래.
그게 아니라 빨리 도와줘. 야, 빨리 나 살려 빨리.
한시.
오케이 취지.
야 내가 이긴다 그랬지? 어?
내가 저글링을 뽑는 이유가 있다니까. 네 우주방어가 옛날 우주방어가 아니야?
니나 잘하세요.
머리만 건들지 말라고.
알았어.
어렸을 때부터 너 그렇게 문제 머리가 예민하다고. 아 진짜.
야 맞지.
이젠 각자의 인생을 살고 있지만 시간이 흘러도 변하지 않는 것이 있다.
우리 실력 아직 안 죽지 않았냐? 안 죽긴.
야 내 빌드 못 봤냐? 98년부터 이어온 준서표 빌드.
그래 우리 이제 어디가? 추천한데 뭐 좀 먹을까?
아이 좀.
야, 나 와이프 기다린다. 빨리 가자.
아 너?
으이구.
적어도 스타를 하는 순간만큼은 함께였던 그 시절로 돌아가 여전히 하나가 된다는 것.
야 빨리 와.
그대로네. 그때 그리고 지금 그리고 언제나 스타크래프트 리마스터.
자, 두 번째 세트 시작이 됐고요. 두 번째 세트의 전장은 서킷 브레이커입니다. 대한민국의 노재상 선수, 예전 스파키즈 소속이었던 선수고요. 그리고 이 선수는 해외 외국 선수입니다. 조 볼로스, 스무스 크리미널.
동료인데요?
왜 그러지 말란 법 없잖아요. 뭐 출전에 누구에게나 문이 열려 있는 KSL인데 뭐 추억도 될 수 있고요. 자, 예.
동료면은 50대 아닌가요?
아 왜냐면 저랑 저희 부장님이랑 예전에 스타를 했었으니까요. 자, 아무튼간 이렇게 해외 선수가 또 다양하게 구색을 맞춰주고 있습니다. 입구 쪽에 스크럼 짜고 있습니다.
예, 올라오면은 인기는 보장이 되겠네요.
그럼요. 2번도 하고 있는데 여러분이라고 왜 못하십니까? 뭐 이런 거 있잖아요.
도전하세요.
도전하십시오.
KSL은 누구나 열려 있습니다.
도전한 삶이 삶이 젊은 삶입니다. 뭐 이런. 제가 도전하면 누가 중계를 할까요? 자, 아무튼간 다시 한번 돌아 살펴보고 있는 스무스 크리미널 커트.
자, 선 스포닝 풀이기 때문에
네.
입구를 열어주면 안 되는데. 네, 오늘 입구들이 많이 열리네요.
아니 왜 아까 애동 입구 쪽에
SCB가 마린을 지켜야 되는데 마린이 SCB를 지키는 좀 재밌는 장면이 보여지네요. 네, 전방 SCB, 후방 마린이거든요. 전방 마린, 후방 SCB.
지네가 살려고 봐 SCB 지키는
예,
지네가 살 게 아닌데
마린 움직임이 SCB를 지키는 움직임이었습니다.
예.
네, 그만큼 일꾼은 소중하니까요.
중요해요. 일꾼
네.
중요하죠. 가장 중요하죠.
가장 중요한 게 SCB거든요.
그렇죠. 그래서 마린들이 SCB를 지켜줬습니다.
지금은 이제 투배럭을 올리기보다는 언더 커맨드를 통해서 자원에 좀 힘써야 되는 상황이고요.
얘네 또 왜 나와 있죠? 아까 내동 이렇게 나와 있다가 갑자기 문을 핥딱 열어주더니
아예 소일코 외양간 고친다고. 원래 저렇게 SCB가 먼저 나와 있고 마린들이 쌓여야 되는데 일단 마린들이 다 죽고 나서 뒤늦게 깨달은 거죠. SCB 하나로는 안 되는구나.
나 아직도 없는 거예요? 지금 짓네. 그 소 잃고 외양간 얘기하니까 최근에 오타 재밌는 거 본 게요. 소 잃고 뇌 약간 고친다. 아니
철자 하나만 바뀌었을 뿐인데
그렇게 알고 계신 분들이 있더라고요.
네,
기가 막힌
요새는
이건 진짜
드립들이 다 난무하는 세상이어서.
아니 드립이 아니라 잘못 알고 계신 분들이 있더라고요.
소 잃고 뇌를 약간 고친다.
뇌 약간 고친다.
지금도 뭐 적용이 되는 이야기긴 하죠.
네. 왜
What is up? The boys in pink are back. Men in pink. Yes. Artosis with his shirt that's a little bit less ugly than mine right now. I am wearing the curtain from a haunted house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm basically a supermodel next to you right now.
Yeah.
That shirt. You know what's really funny is that we had some of the people at work here actually came out during the break and they're like, "We'll iron it for you right now." Just like, no,
this never happened.
Taste was like, "I don't have time for this." They're like, "Taste, we have 5 minutes."
No, it looks really good. Like this time, I'm gonna keep it that way.
I swear to God, they came out here and they asked him to do it, and he just wouldn't. They're like, "We'll do it for you. We'll do it for you. There's a changing room right here. We can do it. Take us 3 minutes. It's a 5-minute break." Taste is refusing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That really actually happened.
This is getting messed up at this point. I don't even know. You're going to bring this shirt over to GSL and ASL next? It's like I'm wearing something completely different.
I've got my BlizzCon outfit, guys. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Eventually, Tasus gets married in this shirt one day. And for sure, he's getting buried in this shirt. It was Tasus' favorite shirt. Your whole eulogy, Tasus. I'm going to be talking about how you love that shirt.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, this is so funny.
Yeah.
So we're tied up 1-1 right now. Soulkey winning in the macro game. And Mini, what happened in game 1? I don't even remember now.
I don't know.
Do you know how he won?
It was, he defended all the Zerglings.
Okay. Well, that means we're ready for map 3 on Benzene. Our map that sounds like a medication.
Yeah.
Benzene may induce nausea, vomiting, sudden death. If lings get in your base and kill you right away.
Yeah, that certainly would cause that. 2-player map.
Do not mix bad Wallins with Benzene as a Protoss player.
So, after watching those 2 games, who do you think has the edge?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm totally off.
Like, guys, I gotta level with you. I don't want to be here. Guys, I can't stop thinking about how great I look in this shirt. I know.
I just can't get over it.
You guys should see. He has a monitor in front of him. He actually just took a mirror out of his backpack and put it over the monitor. It's so crazy. Like, Tasus, look at the game. We're talking about the map.
Tasus is your job. Tasus is your job. You got to cast this game, man.
He's flexing in front of it. He doesn't really even have a muscly physique. It's so weird.
I think Mini is going to be okay on this map, but Soulkey's pretty solid in late game, man. The way that you have to expand out on this map is kind of weird too.
That is true. Actually.
This map is actually pretty rigid with how you can attack into each other. It's not like there's a lot of different ways to go. So let's see.
I wonder what bases he'll take.
Yeah. The game's ready. Let's do this, guys. Game 3 right now, tied up 1-1. Soulkey versus Mini. Okay, so we got Mini in the bottom left. We've got Soulkey in the upper right. Mini's got tasteless posture when he plays.
Yeah, he does.
That's what I look like when I'm there. My head like almost past where my knees are. Oh my God!
A 6 pull. Soulkey's going for a 6 pull.
5 pull.
Oh, is it a 5 pull?
It's a 5 pull. Lucky 5.
Lucky number 5.
That's what we always bet on. Even though 5 is a lucky number.
Like, did you know that 2 dice will roll 5 more than 7? Not many people know that. But that's why we call it lucky
Lucky
number
5, yeah. What's so lucky about it? Well, just look at how many fingers are on your hand.
Yeah.
Okay, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah, you don't see this every day, that's for sure.
There's actually a lot, too. Like, you got a 4 pull, you got a 5 pull, you got a 6 pull. So,
is he just going to go
Gateway
Forge?
or Forge?
Okay.
Gateway.
I mean, this should be the right way to
Gate on
hold
9,
this,
by the
right?
way, too. Gate on 9, not gate on 10.
Huh.
It depends. It just depends on how the Lings and Zealots and Probes all pair in the fight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 drones mining here. And
do you extract or trick out 2 more Lings? I think you do, right?
I honestly, I actually don't know. Really, I guess so. I mean, it would seem like you just have to.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. So yeah, he just gets that out. Now look at this. He's like, look at me, I'm going to take a base.
Yeah.
Oh no, I hope you don't block it. Look at me. Oh, don't darn it. I want to make the hatchery there. I guess I'll make it somewhere else. I was lying.
Oh man.
Yeah. The
Well.
drone's like, sucker. I'm going to go mine minerals now.
Do you make a Forge right away?
Yeah, I think so. You need to pull probes and try to hold the position with the pylon and the gateway.
Yeah. The Forge next to it. All right, 2 more probes coming up. Well, I mean, the first 6 Lings, 3 probes and a Zealot can hold that.
I wonder if it would be worth it. I guess you can't really drone drill, right? You get like 1 or 2 drones and try to pop through.
You could, but he didn't bring them. And then he'd only have 3 drones mining.
Thing is, you could still hit the gateway from the outside.
Yeah, make him come out.
Come out here and fight me. Fight me like a man. This is like so awkward trying to get these probes through here.
Uh-oh.
He needs to get something back there and make a cannon.
He needs to make a cannon immediately.
Get a cannon!
He doesn't have enough money, Tasteless.
Get a cannon.
There you go. Oh my god, that gateway's dying so quickly.
More Lings coming.
Oh no.
Probes coming out to try to help him the fight. Oh! Go, 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 go. Get him, get him, get him, get him.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Okay, he's still got the cancel up, but he needs to get back up there. He needs to clog that up with another gateway.
Yeah, and he's going to, and I don't... Yeah, like, how does Soulkey break through? Is he going to send, like, a drone?
Dude, no, just get a gateway.
Seriously.
Get a gateway up.
Get a gateway.
Oh, my God, I'm sweating right now. Come on.
Just make a game.
Oh, my God. Okay, then he can surround it again. Ooh. Ooh. Now he can bank up a bunch of Lings and try to attack the cannon later on.
Okay, well, the Zealot having to chase now. There is a lot of probes, so if he holds, it feels like it's not too difficult to finish that game off.
Protoss should be fine if he can hold this.
So you're
just
saying
needs
that
to get
5 pool is not a macro build against Protoss for long games?
You know, in the current understanding of the game, no.
No.
Now, the Lings are going to come down.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like I wish we could actually go back and check how many drones Soulkey has, because like this is just all you need to do is basically have the wall in set up. In fact, Soulkey might even tap out.
It's not looking good. Hey, he has 8 drones, and we're at 4 minutes, not 8 minutes, so that's good, right?
I wonder what if there is like a neat plan B for this. Like, is there some kind of like Hydro rush you could try to do? And you know, just keep the probes out. And
no.
I don't think so. But
I don't think so. Yeah.
Look at this.
You could try to like go in the back, right? Kill all those stacked buildings and get through maybe. But if they scout it, it's like
surprised
so easy to stop.
Soulkey did this on this map. You know, like you already see, it's pretty easy to get a wall up.
Yeah. Soulkey's been playing weird tonight. I'm actually for tonight. I'm not super impressed. Like the Circuit Breakers game was good, but this game and Heartbreak Ridge, both of them, I'm like, huh? What are we doing, Soulkey?
Uh-oh.
What are we doing?
No probes allowed.
Yeah.
No, wait, what's the tech? Oh, please.
It's a Hydralisk Den.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Is it, though?
Yeah, I just told you it is.
Is it, though?
Yeah, it is. It still is.
What if it's a second spawning pool? Oh, you were right. It's a Hydra Den. Okay, nice.
It's an evolution chamber.
Yeah. We're like, what?
I need a spore.
He's like,
what?
There's going to be a Corsair here eventually.
Yeah. I really want to start my +1 melee attack.
Yeah. Okay, so Stargate's coming. And, I mean, I guess this is the best you can do of an awful situation. But, you know, one thing about Protoss is they are very brittle early on. If you can pop a cannon, you can kite with Hydras against Zealots that don't have speed, and you're fine.
But what do you do against these 4 Zealots? He's going to see everything that's there. He's going to be able to build as many cannons as he deems necessary.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's just not that much.
Yeah, look at this. He's preparing for
the layer behind
now.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great to send these Zealots out like this, because even if you end up losing them, it's like now you get complete and total confirmation. They have to show you their hand here.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, nope, nothing but Zerglings here.
Well, he is actually. I think this is actually smart from Soulkey.
Yeah.
Look,
Oh
the
my
probe
God.
goes around. Oh my God! And now he knows that it's Hydras. And watch this: cannon, 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 cannon. GG.
Not even that.
Yeah.
GG. Okay.
Well,
looks like our virtuous Protoss mini has served justice to our scumbag 5-Poolin Zerg.
Well, Soulkey is playing just cheesy as can beezy tonight.
Damn. Mini knows he's just one win away. I think Mini didn't even realize, yeah, he has to sign off here. Go on next map.
Telling him what map that it is.
Yeah. Damn, look at Mini. Mini's just so intense in these matches, putting his head down.
He's cleaning his keyboard a little bit.
Yeah.
Cleaning the arrow key. He's like, yeah, because everyone uses arrow
That's
keys
right,
when they play
yeah.
StarCraft.
I'm going to go play the original Doom after this. I need to have my arrow keys ready. Well, what does Soulkey do now? I think that was a big strategic blunder to actually go for a 5-pool on that map.
I mean, it was a weird choice. I
like
guess if he runs into a different build, he might just win straight up. The Zealot is what bought time, right? If it was a Forge, maybe he's in more trouble? I'm not sure.
I don't know. The timing of that's a little bit weird. I just feel like Soulkey made a bad decision, though. Seriously, in a best of 5, I don't know why you do that on that map.
Soulkey always is. This is part of the reason why he's one of the best Zergs. Is he will mix in very aggressive attacks, very aggressive cheeses, and he's also kind of funny, right? Remember when he 7-pooled light and lost game 1 of a series, and they asked him about it in the interview here.
Yeah,
they're like, yeah, that didn't work out well, did it? He's like, oh, it did exactly what I wanted it to. Like that.
Oh, that was so weird.
Was
yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm very happy that I chose to do that.
Yeah,
and it's like, it didn't even come close to working. Like literally just killed you.
It went terribly.
But he likes to mix it in and make you play a little bit scared. But I feel like Mini is just cool as a cucumber today.
God, this
the
shirt
cheeser
is
losing every time.
This shirt, man. What part of this shirt makes my body look worse? Is it my chest area? I can't tell.
I like how it's darker where you have chest hair.
Yeah, I like that part too.
That part's good.
Look at this thing. Whoop, whoop. We're gonna show you guys my belly button. I don't know what the Twitch terms of service are with that.
They've shut down KSL.
Is the belly button a private part?
StarCraft dies because of Tasteless showing his belly button on the KSL. Oh my God.
Oh my God. That's right. KSL gets shut down. Tasteless now has photos of his belly button circulating on the internet. That's gonna haunt him for the rest of his life.
Oh my God.
Okay, Roadkill. Roadkill's gonna be our map. Picked by Soulkey.
Yeah, okay. Well, Roadkill, I mean, it's a cool map. And it's got the high ground expand. So I guess that's something. I don't know if that's going to affect this too much.
Let's see. Roadkill, one of our newer maps. You do start out on low ground. You have to push up to get high ground. Of course, Protoss very often do try to do quick expands, whether that's Gateway or Forge, but you can't do anything on one base on this map if you're on low ground.
Look at that, 5-0 for Zerg versus Protoss. Must be imbalanced.
Damn. 5-0.
Yeah, remember that
well,
Rain Jadon game where Rain was like killing it and then threw his arm away once, and Jadon was like,
oh yeah.
That was a sick game here.
Okay, let's see what we got. What does Soulkey want to do? Just go into a normal game, try to get it contained?
Yeah, I think Soulkey plays normal from here on.
There's also a lot of far-reaching expansions which are just really hard to like get out there and punish.
Yeah, running over those little bridges, those are long.
Yeah, you can totally hold that with lurkers.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, it's time, because that song's playing. That can only mean one thing. That Game 4 is ready. Mini versus Soulkey. Right now, Mini with a 2-1 lead. Okay, so it's Mini on the center right. Soulkey right at the bottom of the map at 6 o'clock. And it looks like he's going for drones this time, Artosis.
How many, though?
More than the last game.
Yeah, that's for sure.
He might be going for lots of drones to mine minerals all over the map.
Or maybe he's styling. He's going to cancel his drones where they finish in 5 pool
Yeah,
again.
that's right. He's like, if I win this, I'm the most epic player ever. And then he loses, and we're like, yeah, you got to go to the losers match now.
Have a good time in that ZVZ.
So, you know, two bases, excuse me, easy to get for Protoss here. It can be actually tough to get that third up for Protoss. If the Zergs can get down, like we kind of saw this happen to Mini in Game 2, where Lings kept going down and taking out probes. Protoss have to go way out of their way to try to get a base set up down there. I don't know if it's going to be a huge factor, but I'm going to get that out there right now.
Okay.
Let's see, what is Mini going to go for a 9 gate or get a forge here?
Gateway, I think. Excuse me. Yep. Gateway on the way. And he's going to scout. Is it cross map or down? Looks like cross. No, looks like down now. Never mind. No, maybe it is cross.
Well, man, he just wants to see the big skeleton in the middle of the map.
Like, oh my god!
Imagine if the Zerg could infest that thing, man. How much supply would that cost? It's like 12 supply. It's the size of 3 ultras. Like, what? Only problem is it can't attack down or up a ramp. It's like, oh no.
There's easy counters to it, like building any buildings in front of your army. Because you know that thing's a melee unit for sure.
There's also no way to drop with it if you have an Overlord.
Well,
the
you
Overlord's
need all
like, seriously,
the
I'm going
Overlords
to throw my
together.
back out. Yeah. They'll have to carry it. It's like 4 Overlords with ropes attached to it, carrying that skeleton across the map, just like when they had to bring that dinosaur to America.
What happens
whatever was the more recent bad Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, there's been so many. I don't know.
There's been
it's
a lot
hard
of
to keep up with how many bad Jurassic Park
brought
movies
to America.
Yeah.
But what if you kill one of the 4 Overlords? Does it like drag on its way to your base? It's taking damage.
That's right.
It can now be hit by melee and flying units.
Okay, gas on 2-hatch.
Oh,
that's actually very interesting.
Well, I mean, it could just be for speed,
and
then it becomes this situation where you're looking at his Protoss and saying, "Is he going speed real quick to go Hydra on me?"
Yeah.
Look how many Lings he's making.
Yeah, I'd be a little bit suspicious here.
That is a lot of Zerglings.
Now, note, Mini, it is tricky for the Protoss here because you want to get. Well, hold on a second. This
what
is
am
actually.
I looking at
yeah.
right here? What is going on?
I actually, for a second, just thought for sure that the Link's going to get
did
to the top.
not even begin to attempt to block it.
Yeah. Well, I guess
is
we're
that
kind
the
of
right
seeing.
way, or do you just skip trying to block?
This entrance is a little bit larger up here.
Yeah.
I actually thought that for sure that gateway must block the top part of that there.
If your opponent's going 2 hatches and gas and just making nothing but Lings, are you supposed to make a Nexus or are you supposed to make a Forge?
Well, I think ideally you'd want to get the Nexus up, but then, of course, you can get killed. And if you get the Forge up and you don't die, well, I guess if he went 2-hatch, then you're going to be okay.
Last I checked, if you don't have a Forge and there's Speedlings in your base.
Yeah, you're in for a bad experience. Maybe we're in for a good experience, so maybe we're actually going to go to Game 5 here.
Yeah, maybe.
Now, the problem is the Zealots really need to actually be wedged in between buildings to fight this effectively. And when you micro around like that... Okay, so this...
So he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead, right?
Why?
Right? I mean,
yeah.
Ling speed's not done yet, but when it's done, oh, it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
When you have 6 lings with speed inside your main,
if you can't get a cannon up in your main base, then you're going to lose. And
well,
against this many speed
not just
lings,
that, but when the Zealots get 1 or 2 gets pulled back here to try to help fight, oh my God, he's so good. He's just going to loop around.
Yeah, this is nice. Coming up for the flank here.
Okay, one more Zealot does pop out here to try to help out. The Lings are getting a pretty good surface area around here.
Yeah.
He just needs to deny the cannon. If he denies the cannon, the Ling wave is going to be way too strong, and he does deny the cannon.
That is a lot of Lings out there right now. He's trying to get another cannon up, but there's like no money left here.
Well, glad I'm getting to cast a game that looks like my ladder games here. Yeah, I mean, the probes are getting pulled. Yeah, dude, I mean, this is virtually impossible to stop. The Speedlings are so much better than slow Zealots. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And they can pop cannons that are warping in so fast.
There's like nothing left here. He's making a 3rd hatch despite not having drones. That's it? That's GG?
Yeah, that's it, man.
Okay, game 5 it is.
Yeah, man, I mean, there's nothing else to say. I mean, it's why it's so important to get the wall in, up, and under control as quickly as possible, or you just die to Speedlings. GG! Cool, we're going to go to game 5.
Yeah, okay, that was fast and furious. I'm still surprised he went for the Nexus when he sees 2-hatch gas. Maybe he wasn't certain that it was 2-hatch gas or something, but he saw a lot of links being made, so I don't know. I'm a little bit confused, but
look, I mean, here's the thing. When you're Protoss, you really want to try to get the Nexus up as fast as possible because you want to get probes coming out, but many seem to have taken a little bit of a risk there, and I think Soulkey looked at that and said, no, you're not respecting the threat that I have here.
Okay.
And so I am just going to go for it. And he did.
Yeah.
You know, you can see the way that you can abuse that. Like the Zealot comes down to defend the main, the Lings run back up into the expansion and hit the area where the cannon's at. The cannon, if the cannon can get up, you get 1 or 2 cannons up, and you have the wall in setup where the Zealots are clogging it, then you can actually move on into a later part of the game. But I think many, especially seeing it was 2-hatch with gas, probably just get the Forge. Anyways, guys, our last game will be coming up after this break. Don't go away.
그때는 그랬다. 학교에서도 학교 밖에서도 언제나 친구들과 함께였다.
어서 와.
그래. 빨리 주세요. 빨리요.
아, 기다려라 좀. 여기 하루 이틀 오냐.
감사합니다. 감사합니다.
야, 너네 열받는다고 그 키보드 세게 두들기면은 게임 꺼버릴 거야.
네. 근데 뭐 할 거야?
당연히 저거지 임마.
그거 내 거야. 줘.
알겠어.
야, 헌터는 센터지.
그렇지. 오야, 가자. 시작. 야, 저글링 말고 못할 거라고 뭐하냐?
뭔 소리야? 야, 초반에 저글링을 막아야지. 무한맵 하냐?
아, 답답하네. 오야, 한시.
오케이. 오버 보낼게. 몇 시 방이야?
에이, 기운
그런 우리에게 스타는 당연한 일상이었고
그만 먹고 집중 좀 해라.
그 순간만큼은 서로를 의지했고 서로를 위해 움직였고 그렇게 스타는 우리를 하나가 되게 해주었다.
야, 그나저나 중석이는 좀 컸냐?
야, 벌써부터 다 컸다고 까불어. 아유.
뭘 너랑 똑같네.
근데 보면 불쌍해 죽겠어. 단이나 학원만 몇 개인지. 아유, 진짜.
아. 여보세요? 집 근처야. 알겠어. 빨리 들어갈게요. 아씨. 빨리 들어오래.
야, 빨리 도와줘. 야, 빨리 나 살려 빨리.
한시.
오케이, 취지.
야, 내가 이긴다 그랬지?
내가 저글링을 뽑는 이유가 있다니까. 네 우주방어가 옛날 우주방어가 아니야.
니나 잘하세요.
머리랑 건들지 말라고.
알았어.
어렸을 때부터 너 그게 문제야. 머리가 예민하다고. 아, 진짜. 야.
이젠 각자의 인생을 살고 있지만 시간이 흘러도 변하지 않는 것이 있다.
우리 실력 아직 안 죽지 않았냐? 안 죽지.
야, 내 빌드 못 봤냐? 98년부터 이어온 준서표 빌드.
그래, 우리 이제 어디가? 추천한데 뭐 좀 먹을까?
아이, 좀. 야, 나 와이프 기다린다. 빨리 가자.
아, 너?
으이구.
적어도 스타를 하는 순간만큼은 함께였던 그 시절로 돌아가 여전히 하나가 된다는 것.
그대로네.
그때, 그리고 지금, 그리고 언제나. 스타크래프트 리마스터.
이게 사실 이제 뭐 저 같은 경우에는 게임을 오랫동안 봐왔기 때문에 한 경기만 봐도 이 선수는 어떤 선수다라는 좀 그런
전문가잖아요.
촉 이런 게 물론 틀릴 때도 많아요. 틀릴 때도 많은데 그런 감이라는 게 있는데 사실 양희수 선수와 정찬욱 선수의 경기를 처음 딱 보고 받은 느낌은 정찬욱 선수가 그래도 못하는 실력대가 아니잖아요. 양희수 선수를 이길 수 있는 벽이 아니구나. 그런 느낌을 받았어요. 전투 때도 APM이 300 이상을 유지하고 있다 그럼 손 무지하게 빠른 겁니다.
기계입니다, 기계 거의. 야, 길막. 그러니까 지금 보세요. 정찬욱 선수도 못하는 선수가 아니에요.
오른쪽으로 무빙. 이거 보세요. 이게 무빙을 하잖아요. 그래서 일단 드라군 옵저버로 컨트롤 싸움 다리에서 해주고요. 그리고 저 다크를 보면은 옵저버 회군. 저 옵저버가 길목으로 가야 됩니다. 엇갈릴 수도 있어요. 자, 옵저버 내려가야죠.
양에서 발견.
이러면은 드라군이 살짝 후방 배치해주면 리버 바로 나와요. 후방 배치 하네요 또 움직임이. 그리고 지금 네 정찬욱 선수가 옵저버 흐물거리는 거 보고 다크 템플러 뺐습니다.
그것도 좋아요.
네 봤어요.
이 경기 재밌는데요. 앞서서 봤던 우리 템플러 테크.
양희수 선수의 레더 점수가 이쯤이면 궁금해지네요.
여러분들 아시는 분 있으면 제보 주시기 바랍니다. 셔틀 요 파일런부터 와드부터 지우겠다라는 생각. 다크가 따라 붙습니다.
반응도
해봤어요.
설마
마무리? 야,
독하네요.
오케이요.
자, 6게이트까지.
길 건물도 참 이쁘게 짓네요.
네, 이게 8게이트까지 늘려도 사실 되거든요. 템플러를 따라가는 입장이어서 빠른 멀티였고 8게이트까지도 늘려도 되는데 저거는 진짜 경험에서 나오는 게이트 숫자예요. 아무래도 최적화를 잘하는 도재욱 선수 있지 않습니까? 네, 그런 선수들 경기를 쭉 보다 보면은 이런 식으로 경기 양상이 진행이 되면은 8게이트에서 쥐어짜는 플레이가 가능하구나 이게 좀 느껴지는데 이거는 솔직히 좀 많이 연습을 해봐야지 최적화가 되는 거거든요.
그렇죠. 자, 여기저기에 시야도 밝혀놓고 있는
게이트웨이
양희수
숫자가
선수.
또 몇 개 8게이트도 맞춰주네요.
야,
보면 볼수록 놀라게 만드네요 사람.
이게 뭐 저도 좀 여과를 해서 들어보고 싶은 건데 이거는 지금 전태규 해설의 어떻게 보면 칭찬이잖아요. 허언이 아니라는 걸 제가 공감을 하고 있거든요.
네, 양희수 선수의
과대포장이 아닌 것 같아 보입니다.
검색을 해보셨다는데 2300점이라고 말하는데 제가 알기로는 지금 레더 S가 2100 이하라고 알고 있거든요.
뭐 아직 사실인지는 아직 모르겠어요.
And we're back here for the final game in tonight's KSL. It's tied up 2-2, Mini versus Soulkey. Some funny games here, too. We had a 5-pool that didn't... wait, was it 5-pool the one that did work? The Ling, the 5-pool did not work, but then that 2-hatch Ling speed ended up busting
every
Mini's
game
entrance.
there's been an all-in.
Yeah, it's weird.
And
I don't
the
know.
all-in player's been, well, I guess one win,
well,
but
Soulkey's
3
been a little
losses.
bit more all-in dependent, I guess.
Yeah.
Mini just wants to play some good old StarCraft 1 with Storm involved, but the Zerg player won't have any of it.
He made 2 gates in the middle of the map. I'm not going to...
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I had already almost forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is going to be it. The winner, going to go to that winner's match. The loser, it's not eliminated yet. You know, so nobody's dead in the KSL yet.
No, not yet. It's
We
going to
have
be a few weeks before
a few more weeks before we get to that point. It takes us a while to get through these group stages. You know, when we do ASL or GSL, we drive through the group very quickly. We're having each player play a best of 5.
Yeah,
It's
and
only
it
day
is
2
GSL
here.
style. You know, everyone's got to get
The
2
group
losses
style,
to go
yeah.
out or two to go ahead.
Yes.
So, based on these games, is Game 5 going to be an all-in?
I don't know. I mean, this is kind of weird because a lot of times it does come down to who's controlling well and, you know, What is the nature of the all-in? But it is interesting to see that Soulkey's really tried to just not have these games go on for a long time at all.
Yeah.
He
has
really
not
wants
been
to come in there and win.
interested in playing too much macro, I think.
Yeah.
In the way
of an Eddy.
Wow.
A map name.
Why are we only playing Freakling maps? It's like crazy.
Yeah. So that's where it's all going to go down on. Both these guys have high expectations for themselves here in the KSL. They want to get deep in this tournament, but here they are stuck fighting against each other.
Indeed. Okay. Well, you got to remember that Heroes of the Storm Center. Very, very important.
That's right.
The low ground mains.
I call it Ninja Star Center.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I call it half an octopus center.
Okay. You know, Artois, I'm just a guy. I'm always carrying a Ninja Star just in case, you know?
Yeah.
Just one, because I never miss.
I know.
Yeah.
Last time we went to the airport, you got arrested.
That's
it was
right.
Messed
Yeah,
up.
they said, sir, you can't bring a Ninja Star on the plane. I said, oh, really? I guess you can have it.
So, who wins this one, Tasteless? Just tell me. Spoiler.
Mini.
Mini wins it?
Mini wins it.
Oh, that's a crazy
I'm a
thing to
crazy
say.
guy. You think Soulkey's going to take it?
No. I think Mini's going to take it. The way Soulkey's playing tonight.
It's a little bit weird, right? He's like really trying to end these games fast. So
yeah.
Let's see. Mini, it's kind of an intense day here, you know? You could see this guy just wants to get into a later game, but then in a later game, Soulkey actually won.
Well, that was after that 2-gate, right? So it's
yeah.
kind of a weird situation that time.
That's true.
And that's a hard map for PVZ map.
Oh, I actually thought that was kind of a better spot for Mini, but I don't know. All right, guys, our game's ready. The final game of the night here at the KSL. Game 5, Mini versus Soulkey. Let's go.
Top right for Mini. Protoss player. I love those KSL jackets this season. They're really cool. And bottom right, Soulkey.
So let's see how they open. I mean, I couldn't imagine we'd have like another 5-pool, like 2 5-pools in a best of 5. It's like, no. But there's still a chance for Soulkey to try to do something aggressive here. You know Protoss wants to try to fast expand on this map.
Of course, on any map, really.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to make those 2 gates work.
Now let's see if Mini goes for the gateway opening or the forge opening.
I think he's going to go forge this game. I just have a feeling. Oh, he's just straight 9-pool.
Wow. Wow, he's going to go for an I can't believe it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Any gas taken here? See, our observer's looking for it. If he takes a gas, he's going to be 9-pool speed. It is.
Oh, just a drone trick.
Okay, never mind. It isn't.
Extractor trick for that extra supply. Overlord now. And is this a Nexus first? It might be.
Well, he's already got 280 minerals.
Still, but yeah, it's kind of.
So he does this on 11. So you go Nexus, Forge, and Cannon right away. And this is.
That's in between where the Nexus and Forge go.
It's a bit of a gamble.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think this is going to go well for Mini.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I really just didn't think Soulkey was going to try to be aggressive again. So what you do is you halt pro production, Forge. And it stops most builds because most Zergs don't do this kind of stuff. But Soulkey is definitely playing not a standard PvP. He's playing a best of 5 where he can make calculated risks and maybe hard counter some types of builds. Now, keep in mind, Mini does not know about the Lings yet.
No, not
You're
yet.
always afraid of it.
Well, he's going to see it, and he's going to have to pull like all of his probes. Oh, my God.
You don't even want to try to grab that probe there.
No.
You just go straight. Now, the drone can actually body block or even put force the cannon to go up in a weird spot that makes the Protoss even more uncomfortable.
I can't even imagine. He has to pull more probes.
Yeah, he for sure, I think, does. I don't think this maths out correctly for him.
No, I don't think so, man.
Right?
I mean,
okay, here we go.
Okay,
he just went to the last second. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Attack things with the probes. There you go.
Okay, now maybe this actually I think he just killed a pylon, yeah. He's going to try to probe drill on top of it.
Oh my God, this is getting close right now.
Okay, he's going for that pylon, and it's gone.
Oh,
and there's just not enough probes here.
Hold on.
Oh, he's gonna run inside the main. All three make it in.
Oh my God, just crazy. Soulkey's going into 3 hatch behind this.
This is so down and dirty.
So few probes here in the main.
And you know, if you can just control this well enough, it's really a game about bluffing. You want to try to run in there, and then when the probes turn, you run back out. You're slowing down their mining so much. Kind of a crazy split decision there by Soulkey to just go for the pylon. Okay, no kills on that probe. Sometimes in the heat of the action, the probe ends up killing off several drones.
That would have been amazing for Mini. Unfortunately, not going to be the case.
Now, is there any kind of follow-up here for Soulkey?
Well, if he gets rid of the probe, he could go 3 hatch Hydra. Like, you can't really afford going the cannons. Thing is, I think Mini's going to be looking for that as well, right? As soon as he gets rid of these Zerglings, that Zealot's going to have to come across.
It's really important to emphasize how much micro's going on all fronts. Like, Mini has to keep this probe alive over here.
It is 3 hatch
and
Hydra.
he's just going to go for it.
Soulkey just playing the most aggressive
ever.
ever.
My God, he gets into the probe.
Yeah.
Soulkey's a madman, dude.
Okay, he is sending out some things to scout right now.
He's going to have some serious body blocking.
All right, the Zealot going towards the 3rd. The probe is over near the natural.
Now, nothing telegraphs Hydra Rush just yet.
Yeah, you can't tell.
He hasn't been able to get that close enough to say, oh, are you getting drones? He just doesn't see that much. Now, the one Zealot's going to come down here. If there's a Hydra popping out of there, that would be a great catch.
Well, his Overlord saw the Hydra coming, so I think he's going to not produce Hydras out of that hatch until this is a little bit further along.
It's very important that the Hydras are shown at the last possible second. And it looks like he has just the right number of lings to keep the probe out, to keep the other player guessing. But Mini, with this pressure here, this is not just intended to kill drones and scare the Zerg. This is also intended to allow for a scout. Because if you know that it's Hydra's coming, well, then you just make a bunch of cannons, and you're probably in a better shape later on in the game.
Oh, that probe almost made it in.
Oh, my God. You had one job, probe.
And look at this. The Zealots are not going to be able to scout anything, really.
Yeah. Again, this could be a macro game still from the perspective of the Protoss.
All right, the Zealots are pressuring a little bit more at that 3rd base.
Man, Mini's kind of shaking. We see there's some idle probes here inside of the base. This is not good.
It's so hard to figure out what you're up against. Still making drones here, so he's making it look normal.
Yeah.
Is it time to fully engage on those Zealots?
Again, guys, without enough cannons, the Hydras, they just take over. Zealots won't have speed yet. Hydras with speed are simply faster.
That is 2 Zealots and 1 cannon. He can probe drill, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think.
Now, again, it's so funny because, oh, my God, he's going to try to run back. He wants to, oh, he sees it. He knows.
Oh, man,
cannons
that's not enough time, though.
Go, 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 go.
Oh,
yeah, that is just too much.
Yeah.
So you want the Lings to try to soak up some damage in the front, and the cannon goes down. Now, he needs to get a few more Hydras over here. The Zealots can buy time for sure.
Yeah, there needs to be actually more cannons as well. He's just making 2 cannons at the moment.
Yeah.
He's got 300 minerals.
Okay, the Zealots are going to try to come out and actually do some damage to these drones.
Well, I mean, the Zealots are doing something down there at least. He needs to pull his probes, though, too, I feel like, right? Like,
well, I think he
all
actually
he
might
needs
be
to do
okay,
is
dude.
live. You think so?
I think he's actually going to hold
maybe.
it. That
not that
cannon
many
is really
Hydras
well
came up
placed.
yet.
Oh, hold on. I spoke too soon.
Okay.
The thing is, every time the Hydras have to hold their ground to fire at the cannon, the Zealots do a lot of damage. But yeah, it's kind of interesting how that small rush up there at the front with the Zealots hitting at the 3rd base really did slow down the progress of this push. Now, it's not over yet. You can always take out the obstructions here. In fact, I think you might want to just get rid of that forge, just eliminate the options of cannons.
Yeah. Is this going to be enough cannons off this 3 hatch play? He's got a lot of Zealots, so that's nice.
Yeah, gateway. Okay, here we go. He's going for that cannon now.
Oh, my God.
Now, every cannon he kills is gone for a while here. I don't think there's another forge making just yet.
Yeah, probably not.
Look at the targeting here. Just trying to stay out of cannon range. The last Zealot's gone.
Hey.
There's another one rallying up here.
Pushes it back for the moment.
I'm sorry. I wish we could get a shot and just see if there's another forge that was made anywhere.
Yeah. I don't think there was another forge as of yet.
Yeah, so he takes out that cannon. He's backing out. The Zealots are just here to sandbag damage until, you know, so that the cannons can do something. So now probes have been pulled. There's the other portion that's been made. Okay. So right now, Mini needs to bust down these cannons and get in here, unless he wants to try to revert into a
legs are done. Legs are done for the Zealots.
Yeah, that definitely helps.
Yeah, he can actually close on those Hydras. And Zealots have amazing DPS.
Okay, but he's throwing down several more hatcheries, so he can apparently Soulkey can develop into a pretty healthy economy from here. So this is not like an all-in here.
Oh, and look, he's actually adding cannons right now.
Yeah,
there are a few more Hydras on the way, but I think you could be right that this might be over as far as the rush goes.
And this means Protoss is in better shape overall. Protoss should be more robust than the Zerg if they hold off an attack like this.
Well, let's see what pops out of these eggs now. If it's drones, then obviously this is just turned into a contain. Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
Okay, and the layer coming up as well. Of course, he already did start that 4th hatch that we saw. Corsair is actually popping out. Interesting.
Yeah, he's going to try to continue to scout around. He knows that you can't really get a Spire right away here. Yeah. So you could start to mass up Corsairs and actually bully the Overlords out. DTs are going to be viable here too.
Overlord just scouting into the main base, sees what's going on. This is a lot of speed lots. Now, Soulkey is going to have to make a few more units at home.
Now, +1 isn't done yet, I don't think.
No, it's not even
that
close.
Forge was killed.
Yeah.
So the Lings are actually still pretty handy against Zealots, but Speed Zealots can really mess up Hydras for sure.
Yeah. He's making a few more here. That is a lot of speed lots.
Yeah. Okay, he's going for it. He wants to get rid of this Overlord and drive this back. Now, you can kite. I mean, Soulkey's pretty good at this.
Yeah, some pretty good micros so far. Yeah. He actually turns around.
And is he actually... Okay, he's going to be able to take out the Overlord. Little victory there.
So, we might see a DT pop out then.
Yeah. With a DT out, he can actually choose a lot of different locations to go to. Could even set up to try to deny a 4th base, which Zerg is eventually going to want to get here.
Yeah.
Now, there's also the chance that Soulkey goes for just more of a fighting Zerg style. But, I mean, Protoss is just powering on gates, right? So...
Yeah, no, he's going for broke right now.
Yeah, I mean, Protoss actually is going to be looking for a fight coming up here. I think that we might see Soulkey forced into turtling.
Yeah, if he turtles up with Hydra Lurker in a position like that could be very nice, but it seems like he could split him between the 2 bases. I guess that there's some tight chokes going to the 3rd base, but we'll have to look at what the Sim City looks like for Soulkey here, too.
Yeah.
See if he gets like really good building blocks. Because like right now that 3rd looks pretty attackable if you do control the high ground.
It's a pretty basic 3rd. Well, there's not even really sunks at some of these bases, right?
Yeah, none of them.
Yeah, so I mean, Hydras, you can kind of use them to fire behind different structures, but you really having a sunken colony is one of the major deterrents. Okay, so the Templars are going to come out here. Now, we don't have any spotter overlords, so, oh, well, that was about as bad as it could get for a storm, but, you know, he's going to have, so, I mean, he's going to have enough to actually come out here and just start flexing his muscle.
I'm a bit surprised about that storm. He was, like, looking for a freebie.
I mean, sometimes the Zerg's out there and they're just not paying attention, and you melt an entire clump of Hydras.
Yeah.
Right, so there's a 6th hatch, right?
Yeah. That building placement's all right if you do get attacked from the north. That is a lot of gateways. Oh, my gosh.
Did we see a Robo here?
No.
Okay, he's going to try to come in here and try to kill some Templars, but it looks like he just missed that. In fact, yeah, I don't think he saw that. And, you know, I don't know if the Hydras can even counterattack here. So
no.
I mean, there's too many cannons. There's too much coming out of here. So there's Lurkers on the way. Wow, this is like literally the most last-minute Lurkers I have ever seen.
Yeah, seriously. Well, that top one, if it gets a storm, will die, but he actually missed it with that one storm.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Okay,
so
this is actually a complete and total disaster. That is how you throw a game. That was just brutal. I mean, he was in such a good spot. He didn't get the storms done. He might have not been able to see where the Lurkers broed. He might have been doing a macro cycle. And, you know.
That was. Like, his whole strategy was that. I don't even.
You know. He's going to try to push forward. If he can stay back and do something more like this, where he's just hitting buildings and then the Hydras and Lurkers actually have to advance on this, this is much better. I mean, Mini can still make this work. Yeah.
But losing those 4 high Templars and the Zealots before.
Hold up. There's going to be Zealots going inside the main now. Oh, my God. There's so much here.
Muta's starting to be made, too.
Yeah. So Soulkey's going to eventually get enough Mutas out, he could try to snipe Templars. And actually, Soulkey could still take this game here.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's painful. Oh, my God.
Okay, beautifully done.
Missing his storms. Ugh.
And he knows he could still damage that Archon before it's done. But Mini's going to try to actually topple him here. He's coming out with a lot.
Yeah, a couple Zealots getting in the main base, so it definitely can do damage.
Frankly, guys, Mini does have the right idea. Like, sending those Zealots in the main, he's going to force something to come back here and defend it. I don't know if Soulkey's even reacting fast enough and trying to defend that main.
No,
Killing drones like this back here is sometimes all you need to do to win a game. Dragoons are going to be out. If he gets observers with this, he will eventually have enough to push on either the third or the natural. I wonder if he'll get a Dark Archon here to try to snag the Mutas.
Well, it definitely can be good, but I don't know if he has time for that because you got to make the 2 DTs, morph them together, and wait for 100 mana.
Yeah.
So I think like if you have Dragoon tech, if you already have the Dragoon range, and then you have some Archons in there and maybe a couple Psy Storms, it should be enough.
Wow, Soulkey is such a good player. I mean, there were so many moments where Mini came out, and I'm like, okay, he should have this. But let's watch it for this next push here. It's going to come down to whether or not these Mutas can actually snipe Templars.
Yeah, well, they're sniping some probes right now, so that's not too bad. And Soulkey is taking his 4th base. The army that's being made by Mini is fearsome, but he's in this position again where he's just not taking an additional base. Ooh, that was a good storm.
Okay. Again, it's okay for the storms to brush on the Mutas. What you're trying to do is get rid of all the storms so that the Hydras are too strong. But there's also a chance that the ground army is actually just too strong here for Mini, and he doesn't need storms.
Yeah, the Mutas just took a big beating there. They took an Archon shot, and the storm, as you said, did brush up against him. So
okay, so now that it might be a lurker defense that he's going to have to rely on here.
Should be a little bit easier to break than we saw on Circuit Breakers.
Yeah,
but
for
this
sure.
game is in a very different position as well.
Okay, the lurkers are burrowing down here.
I don't think that Soulkey's going to get broken.
Yeah, I don't think so either, man.
I think he might. Oh God, like
he might actually try to just burst into this area on the bottom right. No.
If
Soulkey's
he does that, though,
ready.
he's going to get flanked. You know.
Yeah.
And now he is going to fight uphill for a moment here. I don't think he has enough storms with the Mutas coming in. Oh God.
Oh, that was weird. Somehow that Templar is still in the game.
I think he got 2 there though, or no? I guess you're right. You got 1. But yeah, that situation is what these Dark Archons are really meant for. Of course, we don't see that this game.
Okay, I don't think Mini can break this, and I actually don't think Mini can get a 3rd base, right?
It's hard to imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like Soulkey can, behind this, keep making so many lurkers. By the way, he's like pretty all in. He's not making any more probes. He's just been powering on these gates. So I don't see any more development where I think Soulkey is really able to steadily navigate this. He's still growing. He's still teching up.
Okay, this poke can be pretty cool with the Dragoons, but if a flank comes around, that's where this entire army just evaporates and the game is just about over at that point.
Again, Muta's coming out on the map looking for any kind of opening. Now, Soulkey has just identified that there's a 3rd base that is going to be set up, hugging the right side of the map here. But, you know, I think if he's good with these Mutas, he can just try to snipe down those workers, assuming that those Mutas don't all die like they're about to right now. What are the attack upgrades for Protoss? +2 or
+1?
+1 right now. So +2 is almost done then.
Soulkey with his 4th base up, his macro really going to get out of control at this point. You can see their supplies are actually equal. Never a good thing for Protoss.
Yeah, well, especially when Soulkey's now ahead in supply, and that's actually really bad. A lot of times the Protoss is supposed to be around 20 supply ahead of the Zerg. Zerg can do a lot with very little.
Oh, he actually got +1 armor before +2 attack.
Huh. Okay. He's going to try to hide a base now. There's Zealots and Archons that are going looping here. Trying to figure out, okay, which angle can I come in here and do some damage? I just don't think going through a bottleneck like this, if there's enough lurkers, these Zealots are going to disappear. So this is probably like a last-ditch attempt to come in here and do something.
Oh, this is
And we are seeing just how awful. Zealots basically become Marines at angles like this.
Yeah. Okay, well, we didn't get to see exactly what that size storm was. It might have been a good one. But the Mutas are really wrecking this back line. Almost no storms left.
Yep. And Protoss never gets a 3rd with this. I mean, Hydras alone will win this, even against just some Dragoons.
And that should be that. Soulkey actually squeezes this one out, even though it was like kind of a weird, very cheesy series from him.
Yeah, well, I mean, win's a win, man. Looks like he managed to pull through. So now Zerg just makes stuff, basically. The Protoss' army is so low here. It's so small.
Yeah. Look at all those
so he can
going
actually
around.
set up the Lurker contain here. And this is where Protoss can't get out of his base.
Yeah, he's got
Can't
this
trade
little...
efficiently. In fact, this army's, unbeknownst to Mini, this army's now stuck on the middle of the map and will have to continue to fight.
Well, he does see that Lurkers are behind him.
Definitely knows that now.
His ships have been burned. He must stay and fight.
That's right.
It's not going to work out, though. The morale boost doesn't work for these units.
Okay. I don't know what to say, guys. He's going to try to bust through again. It's just not a desirable location to try to attack into.
Yeah, it's so thin.
Yeah. I mean, Lurkers are just so abusable here. The Zealots, which a lot of times are intended to spread out and fork out and force the Lurker spines to go in different areas, they can't be utilized like that. Soulkey's patiently powering up on 4 bases. Mini's running army through Lurkers now.
All right. I mean, Mini's still out on the map trying to make something happen.
I feel for him, man. I mean, this is pretty rough, but big picture here is just that this is too much of Zerg everything. GG! All right.
Yeah. Well, he was dead for a bit, but he tried. Soulkey advances. I definitely thought Soulkey was going to advance, but the series looked nothing like I thought it would.
Yeah.
Soulkey's known for mixing in very aggressive plays, but this was almost pure aggression out of Soulkey here tonight.
Yeah, and it worked.
In general, I feel like we've seen a trend lately towards more aggression against Protoss from
Yeah,
Zerg.
it seems like if you do it right, you really can exploit what these Protosses are doing. You just have to know the Protoss as well as the Protoss knows himself, and you can get in there and do that damage. I thought Mini was going to be able to come here with a pretty powerful push, but dude, he bungled that attack when the Lurkers were burrowing.
That first attack with the 4 High Templars just dying for almost nothing, that was...
Thing is,
that's the one
you can
thing
throw
you
some
can't
storms down, you can get an Archon, you could try to utilize Splash to kill the remaining Lurkers. You just got to be patient. So here are our results today. Killer losing to Mind, 3-1.
Yeah.
And then
a couple
Soulkey.
of good games in there. And as far as this second series, there was definitely some interesting games, but very crazy games, very aggressive. Hard to tell what was going to go on.
Well, feel bad for Mini, man. That was pretty brutal. I mean, talk about a frustrating series where you're not able to get to where you need to be, but that's why Soulkey is so scary. He really knows how to abuse these other players.
Yeah. And that means, of course, that Soulkey and Mind will actually play for first place in the group. Killer and Mini in that elimination match, and that might look much like we saw tonight. Killer has shown a lot of aggression thus far.
Sure. And we're going to be going to an interview in a second here with Soulkey and see how he's feeling now that he's advanced to the winners match here in Group B. Can't wait to see Mind Soulkey. That's going to be so fun. Again, guys, we keep saying this. I don't really think we're wrong, though. Soulkey was supposed to win several tournaments for StarCraft 1 that we've been casting. He looks really good. He seems to have such a deep understanding of all these nuanced situations in StarCraft. Anyways, let's go to that interview now.
Hello, guys. We're going to have an interview with Soulkey. Congratulations on the win. Thank you. And the best of 5 went to full set, and you claimed the victory. How do you feel? I'm not in the best condition right now, so my performance was definitely not satisfying. But I'm glad I won. Why is your condition bad? I'm sleep deprived right now. I couldn't sleep. Soulkey, like, looking at you, we see like an impenetrable wall, like when we think about you. So is that kind of like your concept today? My like image that people know me as is kind of seems to be like defensive. But today I showed a aggressive side of mine, and in the future I'll continue to show aggressiveness. In the third set, you actually went for the 5-pole. How did you make that play? I just wanted to pull it off, even if it doesn't really work, I just wanted to pull it off. No regrets. And I had the confidence that I could win. So you're saying that it wasn't a prepared play. And you know, the opponent actually went for the gateway first. And then I knew I would lose, and then I was preparing for the next match. In the second set, you know, we definitely looked at your impenetrable defense. And your scouting was perfect as well. How did you pull it off? You know, I assumed that the Protoss was going to move in the path that I assumed. And then I just pulled it off in an intelligent way. You know, after the opponent pulled off a forward gate, you went for the double hatchery. But you know, I couldn't block all the troops. You said that your condition's not really good today, but in the end, you are the winner. To me, you seem like you're in a good condition. So now you can move up to the winners bracket, and you'll be playing against a Terran player. How do you feel? You know, in offline stages like this, I feel like playing against Terran is actually easier. And yeah, Terran's an easier opponent. I don't know if you've heard, but the winner of the first match actually picked you as the favored opponent. Do you want to say something to him? You know, seeing his play, I think it will be an easy win for me. You know, I wanted to meet him as well. So in the winner's bracket, I hope to see a great performance from you. That's the end of the interview.
Thanks very much, Andy. All right. Cool. Soulkey, 5-pull. What about that, Soulkey? I just wanted to see if I could pull off. I have no regrets.
YOLO,
Happy
man.
I did it.
YOLO.
He went a gateway, so I lost.
Yep.
That's Soulkey for you.
Yep.